very grey day, rain is threatening, so we'll have to invent some sort of sky as usual. Now I want to do a line and wash, use this stick and some black ink, and I've just roughly sketched out some buildings here, and I've put a river here, and with a bridge, which is going to be very simply painted and drawn. And the one I did Saturday, or one of the two I did Saturday, I had a bit of a struggle with connecting one side with the other, so I'm using a bridge connecting one side with the other, with just some winter trees and some distance. So the weight of the painting is this side with these simple buildings. So I'll proceed to sketch that in. I've altered the angle of my board. That's not going to work. Bear with me while I just sandpaper it a little bit. So what happens when the acrylic dries on these sticks? It makes the wood itself non-porous. It seals the wood. So I'm just going to rough it up on this sandpaper here. Just get most of it off. Try and keep it square. Right, that'll do. So I've cleaned most of the acrylic off of that, and we'll see what happens. And of course, I've still got the board at a 45-50 degree angle. So let's let it down a bit more. The difficulty in this is getting the camera overhead to show. So we'll assume that is okay. Just tighten it all up. Right, okay. It's a better angle for painting and doing this sort of stuff. So that with the piece of stick, the ink comes down with gravity. So I'll just bring that roof down there. And we've got some building going off into the similar distance, but it's just smaller. Just put some sheds and barns and things. I'll put in some black on this old roof here. The tiles have slipped. So it's a bit derelict. Okay, so we'll okay. So let's have a go at this bridge here. I always do a drawing give me a design. Banks coming down here. So we're more or less looking straight, looking from that way. So put that down there. There are some trees in here. just rough, because I can finish up the rigger. Okay, so okay, now we'll do a bit of a back here, disguise that with a bush. Okay, so we'll just get in some one that's quite rough, hit and miss. I'll do some of this with a rigger. Oh, look at that! It's going to be a big crow, isn't it? Oh well, crow. Okay, well, we'll put it there. Ah, damn. Okay, so we've done it now. So but the stick trick is always going to be a bit fraught. Okay. Right. I think a bit of a rigger now. Let's just clean that ink off of there. You get the idea. Small one, that'll do. Right, that's coming on. Okay, so we're getting something now. Ah! Alright, well, we're committed now, so bit of a Well, it's going to be different, isn't it? Right, let's get this. Right. Well, we've got quite a bit of ink work on there, haven't we, to be going on with. It's more or less an ink painting, so just put this bank in. A dry brush, right, okay. Really gone to town on that. Always risky when you use a brush because it holds a lot of ink or paint that you don't expect. But anyway, we've got something going on. Now I'm going to give that a good dry, so take your headphones off. Okay, if you don't dry it off, it will bleed all over the place. Ah, I got my cup of tea. Make myself some space here. Right, here we go. 2-inch hake. I'm going to wet the paper all over and hope that ink is dry enough. That's probably just a bit too shallow now. Let's just bring it up a little bit. I like a bit of gravity. So you can still see that. So that seems to have fairly dry. Okay, so I'll put in some nice warm burnt sienna. So my palette is lemon yellow, raw sienna, light red, alizarin crimson, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey, and this lovely sienna, burnt sienna, and a dirty palette. Just what you put in the sky, just put over the landscape. Gives a bit of unity. Now I'll do the sky that's going over. It's just a grey, just to mix a bit of blue and ultramarine. Now this gives a granular effect when it dries. I was talking to Alan Owen last night, and he doesn't like the separation of the colours, but I do. I like to exploit it. Roland Hilder was a great exponent of granulating, and you can do it with, as he did, with black and burnt sienna. They will separate. Burnt umber, Payne's grey. No, burnt umber and ultramarine, sorry. So we'll just get that bit heavier over the top there. Oops, sorry. Go away. No in. Busy. Right, I'll reclip the paper and we'll see what happens to that as that dries. Alan uses all these papers, but he uses the slightly heavier ones, Saunders, Buckingford, because he paints mostly on dry paper. I paint mostly on wet paper, and this Fabriano is a very good paper for it, but it's not the only one. You need to experiment, but I've found the 2 years that I've been using it almost exclusively, I found it to be excellent for this. And he was telling me that the paper is pressed with a metal roller, which gives this mechanical grain to it. Usually the paper is rag pressed maybe, and it's more uneven. The high spots are more uneven. This is more mechanical. It's like thin hard, or a grained hardboard on the back. But it does lovely things as it dries. I'm going to use some smaller brushes on this, I think, because we've got some delicate. I've lost half my brushes. Right, so the light coming from this, it doesn't really matter, does it? There's hardly any direction of the light outside at the moment. It's just a uniform light, so I'm going to put in a burnt sienna roofs. Very good colour for roofs. Let's just put a bit down here. They will show up against the green if I put green on. Get that darker there. A bit of burnt umber in it, bit of Payne's grey, I think. Right, let's think of a nice burnt umber colour for the sides of those houses. I'm just need. Oh, excuse me. Right. bit of yellow ochre, or raw sienna should I say. Just leaving some sparkle. Right, let's put in some Payne's grey on here, just dirty it up a little bit. Right, let's get a warm dark on the edges, side, the walls of these buildings here. Okay. Right, okay. So far, so good. Right. I've missed a bit of red, haven't I? These are just old barns. Just vary colours, don't just have flat colours. Put other colours into your wet. Right, a bit of green now. So raw sienna, burnt sienna, I mean, Payne's grey, bit of yellow. That's all in shadow there. Right, I'm going to use a larger brush here. It's a number 10 sable mix, and put in my trees, my canopies of the twigs. Just a grey, a warm grey. When you put a colour on it, it gives an illusion of... No, that wasn't what I was going to say. It creates the impression that there's a lot going on. Now we're a bit of violety sort of blue, just in the back, but don't want it too weak, because this gives an impression of hopefully a 3D effect. But the blue, being a cool colour, lays back, and the bright warm reds come forward. So that's all right. I'll do the same over here. So I get my nice grey mix. Oh, I'll put the blue in first this time, I think. So this will cover up any sort of mistakes. Leave a bit of air in your canopy. Don't want a solid Right, we just finish that, the dark behind the bridge, so that the bridge will be highlighted, and I'll leave a margin on top of the bridge. Right, okay, now let's get a bit of good green here now to show. So yellow, Payne's grey, burnt sienna. I will put some of that in there. Now I'm using here, which I hadn't now, an artist quality of lemon yellow that a friend gave me, and it's different than the student quality, and I don't like it. I'll just do a colour in here. And when you put the darker washes on, it takes a bit of the black away. I'm really just filling in the gaps here, so I've got to do some more work with the rigger in there. Right, let's get this yellow. Oh, it's so muddy. Rather do just flat areas of wash, just vary the tones. There's so many ways to do this sort of thing. Oh, let's get a bit of dark. Nice warm. Do the same on the other side. Some shadow in the bank, just red and blue. Fairly dry brush. Right, rigger. Got the bridge to do. Oh, well, let's do the bridge. Stone colour, well, Payne's grey, palette grey, bit of sienna, light, fairly light. Now be careful to keep a margin of white on that. Right, I'll add to that in a minute. Just have a swig of tea, cold tea now. Now really that is just about, the top of that would finish around about there as a reflection, but so I won't do anything to that. Right, here we go. I'll just flatten, oh it's gone very dark. Let's put the light on. The whole painting is turning out a lot darker than I anticipated, mainly because I put these wedges of black in that went a bit wrong. So let's just put in some nice lot of twigs in there. I'm just using Payne's Grey and burnt sienna. Lovely mix, gives a warm dark. So I've got a nice lot of random twigs. I'll use a scissors rigger. Texture, a bit dark there. Let's get it's dark under here. Right, so now we've got some green under that bridge. Bank, oh yeah, not very good. We'll put in the Alright, nothing more than that really. Just a little bit dark here. Right, we've got that big crows there, haven't we, accidentally? A bit more on the right hand side trees here. Oh, I'll put a signature on it. Now, it is a Monday morning, so we're not up to speed yet. A bit more dark on that signature. Okay, maybe right, that'll do. Let's a bit of tape, hold the painting, put a mask on it. Whoops. I think the thing is that this masking tape, it tears very easily in the wrong direction. And I think like a lot of things you buy from the markets, it's cheap, and then you realise why it's cheap. Right, okay. A mount. If I can find it, I'll. Well, I can't, so I'll have to put that one on for the moment. Oh, well, that doesn't look too bad, does it? Got it here somewhere. I was helping a young gentleman on Saturday with his project that he's got for school, and I was really just giving him some enthusiasm rather than any secret magical knowledge that I might or might not have. It's got a very difficult subject to do. Oh, there we are. So line and wash. Monday morning. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's bring the camera around a bit. That's quite good actually. Right, there we are. Let's. I come down a little bit. Sorry about all the fiddling around, but I never seem to get this right. Because I'm sitting at the side and looking at this. Well, I'll zoom in. Just some rough buildings. That shows up quite well. The bridge and this and the left bank. Birds. Accident. Probably a bit dark there, but for an ink drawing coloured in, that's not too bad. But you'll let me know in due course. Thanks for watching. See you later. Bye bye.